Hello everyone and welcome back to the FACEIT CSGO League broadcast. We're at stage 3. I'm Richard Lewis, your host, flying blind without an in-ear, so if it's a bit less smooth than what you're used to, yeah, why not? That's how we do things down here in glorious London. And of course joining me is James Bardolph and DDK. It's their house, don't know why I'm introducing them, you know who they are as well. And also, it's been remiss of me, we've not been giving the sponsors of this broadcast the requisite shout out. So I'm reliably informed by FACEIT we actually have a Razor promotion for our friends in Germany, which are numerous, and this is
for the Germans.
Do we call them that? Is that okay?
The Germans.
Welcome the Germans.
We have a store here called Herman's the German.
Do we?
Yeah, it sells bratwurst and stuff.
Oh right. Well, I'm very fond of sausages, so bratwurst being one of my favourites. So anyway, move sausages aside. This is what you can get. So you can get 20 euros off a Razor Diamondback. I believe 20 euros off a Razor Kraken, and is that 24 euros off a Black Widow TE Chroma edition?
It's the Kraken Pro Black. They can get the discount off. So if you like it black, then get your discount with the link below. Now that is a promo, my friends.
That's how you do it, buddy.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm glad I'm here. I've introduced an air of silliness into
always bet on black.
Yeah, indeed. Wesley Snipes. Didn't work out for him, of course. Prison for tax evasion. Anyway, he's out now, though. It's all good. Had a happy ending.
So is DMX?
Yeah, indeed. Big fan of him as well. He did 6 months for not paying child support, I believe.
Yeah, well, hopefully he'll start now. You know, with back pay, I suppose.
Yeah. If there was a way we could bring him into esports, perhaps he could make some sick Skrilla from this.
Yeah, mate, you know, fingers crossed.
We could hire him. Could we hire him?
There's a Nemo in their inbox.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't joking. Yeah.
Would you if you wanted to be a caster at FACEIT, would you hire him?
Don't know, man. But there's always a watershed we're not going to pass, so I don't know if that would work.
I mean, the key thing here is, would DMX know what was going on to even make it a passable, cast? Like, I'd have no issue with it. I think having a one-off goofy cast could work. I mean, there was Hip Hop Gamer League.
Yeah,
way back in the day with DJ Wheat and Snoop
I had to show that to James. I don't know. Did you actually watch the links? I linked him because it's unreal. It's so unbelievable.
No, it really is.
It's completely unbelievable.
The best bit is DJ Wheat's trying to have banter with Snoop Dogg, and he's just like staring at him like this. Anyway, I believe we have a game. It is El Clasico, Ninjas in Pajamas versus Fnatic. You may take it away, DDK and James Bardolph.
Well, indeed, last match of the night. NiP have had a pretty good showing earlier, despite Forest having to have an early exit, unfortunately. But up against Fnatic and a new Fnatic.
It's Dennis.
Yes, no Pronax.
He's playing for Fnatic, Dan. It's Dennis.
I know you're a massive fan. Fan away.
Well, Friberg's got the first frag. On to olofmeister. We'll see how long Dennis can survive. JW going to get the trade as Dennis gets the plant down. It was a massive plant there from Dennis.
Enormous. The
biggest plant. So, Fnatic trying to hold down the bomb site now. NiP coming in from Connector, coming in from CT spawn. No trades, no frags for either side. JW with the 180 no-scope onto Get Right, and he's got himself another frag. Looking to do more, looking for the ace there, but he's going to get taken down eventually by allu. Allu has a kit. We've got that Molotov that we see so often now on train onto the bomb, but it won't be needed as KRIMZ will do the work. First round to the new and improved Fnatic side.
Yeah, and in this situation for NiP, it's a pretty harsh reality. You got to get the Force Spy in there. They're going to be getting the Deagles loading out on the hand cannons, and so they need to really try to get a lot of damage in here. I mean, obviously winning the round would be great, of course, but Fnatic getting a strong start on the T side, it is pretty huge, because Fnatic's CT side is pretty scary, to say the least. But there you go. Friberg's going to be opening things up. KRIMZ will get taken out. The weapon is not retrievable, unfortunately, for Friberg, but hey, that is something to work with.
JW, is he brave enough to creep through the smoke with an AK? Won't be necessary as the smoke has disappeared. Insta-trade from Get Right. And we could see some rifles picked up here from NiP. Another frag there for Get Right. And now Fnatic are in a horrible situation. olofmeister only has a Mac-10. And up against an AK, a Galil, and 2 Deagles.
What is this? This is some envious stuff right now.
It's in happy mode.
Yeah, this is envious mode. Wow. So, NiP actually managed to win the round with 4 players surviving. They pick up 4 rifles. Well, okay, 4 weapons, 3 of which are rifles. One is a Mac 10 on Xizt. And he can troll people with that. He can go and troll. We know he likes to troll.
We shall see if he shall do that.
Yes.
So, 1-2-1 now. Very apt map for these two teams to be playing each other on, with a new lineup on one of them. Like the days of old. Slow round from both sides. Fnatic static, maybe waiting for NiP to go for a bit too much information, but NiP are not moving too much themselves. They will just wait patiently for the advance of Fnatic. The longer Fnatic take, the less time they will have. There is literally nothing to talk about right now then.
Well, we have the the push coming in. And, well, that's a very nice display of skill there from Forest. Taking down 2 players. Dennis and olofmeister will exit the building. So, Fnatic, with still some smokes to work with, so they can actually get a bit of a wall going on here to get the plant in. But Friberg is in position to deny the plant. That would be a massive play for Friberg. And there is the first frag. The bomb goes down, and assistance is on its way. And it is going to be required, as now Friberg is dead, but there it is. Get right, he can stop the plant. Both players will be eliminated, and NiP will win the round. And NiP, they are actually a very good train side these days. So I would be a little bit cautious if I was Fnatic of letting too many rounds go the way of NiP in this sense, because their economy is starting to get a little bit out of control already. And there's another eco to play against for NiP, so it's only going to get worse from here.
P250s will see if Fnatic can close the distance somewhere on the map and get in range for the one-taps. Nades coming into A main. There's a second one. JW. Ooh, oh no, it's Dennis actually in that position. He's going to eat that one. Actually, JW would have gone past him there, but the bullets won't go past. They will go through. So the first player is lost here for Fnatic. Again, it is an eco round from them, so we cannot expect much. We'll see if they can manage to get a plant. Not going to be easy though, with the positions of NiP. They've got allu on the bomb train itself, with Friberg in a different position for support. And it seems the bomb could be headed that way. Get right, taking down Dennis in the pop dog. 1 frag on the B bomb site, but allu to trade, and Get right will come in from the back, take control of the bomb, and clean up the rest of the round with allu in tow. So the buy coming out for both teams now. Going to see 5 AKs on Fnatic unless something crazy happens. Again, flusha leading the T side now.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a good point. I wonder how much AWPing we will see out of Dennis, because he is a very capable AWPer. That's like one of the bigger changes between him and AZ, because AZ doesn't really, he's not really an AWPer, but Dennis can pick it up and be pretty prolific with it. Either way, NiP, will they play close to the choke points out there in yard? It does weaken your defense on Ali, but it is very, very strong, and more often than not, you're going to get the main pushes coming out of T, main, and pop dog, so it's very strong. But they're kind of going middle of the road here. They're not all too close, but Forest can dispatch anybody who moves close out of that choke point.
Well, Get right's first to go down, and Forest is going to take down JW in return. And we're seeing trades coming very quickly now, 3 versus 3, as CTs take a significant advantage. Only flusha left alone. Looking for the 1v1s. He's going to find an engagement but not win the duel. So NiP will continue their lead. Forest sitting on $10,000 now. So looking good for NiP. Still early days, however. allu picking up an AWP now. So things might just get worse for Fnatic. Although, if they can make their way towards that AWP, maybe they trade, maybe they get a plant. Who knows? Yeah,
and NiP, they will understand what round they're up against. So we'll see a more passive approach from them so they can keep themselves at the ranges. However, Fnatic, olofmeister has been working on some shots. He'll get the kill onto Xizt. However, flusha will be lost, and Get is close here by the electric box, and he's doing a lot of damage actually. Where are the refrag attempts coming in here from Fnatic? They are going one and one at a time. Another engagement for Get right. Smoke away a player. Look at how cautious he has to be here. He's playing this really well, but finally he'll get eliminated, and that's some good damage done here by Fnatic in this round so far. JW is still alive as well, but Forest will eliminate him finally. So 2 players down, another round for NiP on the boards. what is the approach for Fnatic going forwards?
Well, let's have a look. JW hasn't purchased yet. He's got 6k, which means Yop could come into play. The Yop will come into play. So let's see how where he opts to go with it. Looks like he's going to be heading towards A main. Looking for some engagements there, but not able to find any.
Well, here it is. Faster play there from KRIMZ straight onto the outer area, onto the B-bomb site. He's going to take down Friberg, very unsuspecting at that angle. But JW will also open up from T main, creating a situation where Fnatic have free roam. And they're going to put NiP in a position where they need to excel individually to save this one for themselves. Allu is on the AWP still, and but Forest is very weak on the B-bomb site. Where are Fnatic going to go? Looks like they want to get themselves on the A-bomb site here. They are moving, repositioning the bomb back so they can get the A attack in there. Of course, they have a player by Ali already. Perhaps not suspecting that there could really be a defense there, considering that NiP only have 3 players, but there is a man there. It is Allu, I believe.
Yeah, but he has to train his focus on Ivy as well as main. So if he picks Ivy at the wrong time, then that could happen. Doesn't come out his way. So 2 versus 4. Forest heavily tagged as well. So NiP, I mean, they should have considerable money in the bank here. So it might be about damage, worst case scenario. You can see Forest sitting there on 13k. So there's nothing to lose apart from an AK having to buy an M4 in the following round. Sometimes that makes all the difference.
Yeah, they're actually in a cool position because their money's so good, and with Fnatic winning a round, that's an opportunity for them. Of course, what they would really want here is to get another couple kills, so that because if Fnatic win this round, 4 players left alive, even if they lose the next one, they don't have to eco. But if they lose, a few players, then they would have to eco. So that's a really big difference. NiP are buying no matter what, so it's unfortunate for them, for NiP, that they don't get any frags there on the outset. But we will have the buy up from them now, and all point to Allu again. And Fnatic, can they find similar success in this round? I guess we'll likely see a default from them.
Yeah, the economy is not looking fantastic for either side now, which always makes for an interesting game. Got the initial smokes as that stopper at the end of the train tracks is a common spot for the CTs to hold, looking in towards main as well as connector. So that's going to be smoked off initially by the Ts. Forest looking for the high ground. JW looking for CTs, looking for the high ground. Ooh, he spots Forest, but tries to catch him jumping. Not going to find a connection though.
Yeah, the beauty of that smoke that they throw into the yards early on that we saw the JW looking in towards is that it forces the CTs to go on the top of the trains if they want to peek. And as we saw, that's what JW was looking for. They didn't get a kill, but it's an ingenious play to force a frag. And looks like we'll get the opening into the B-bomb side here from Fnatic. Nice counter flash by Friberg. He's going to delay them. And now they come in, but Friberg looks away at the exact moment that they appear. That is not good timing right there for Friberg. But Allu is there to clean up, but he's low on HP. And Nade is going to finish him off. And NiP are left in a very desperate state.
Yeah, Fnatic have some momentum behind them now. Forest trying to close the distance with his team. Not sure if he spots Dennis. Dennis going to see him first. And down goes Forest. Get right soon to follow. Xizt alone versus 4. He's on the site as well, so retreat might not be an option for him. $2,400 in the bank now. The only thing going for NiP is their loss bonus will be increasing should they lose this round. Spots 1 player and see if he can get himself a 2-man. Indeed he can. That's going to change everything. But where are the other 2 players? The bomb's left in an exposed position, and he can't get the 3rd frag, so that's going to be the end of the round. Got some good damage done there, though.
Yeah, if he had actually some bullets left there, then that would have been a really big difference. He may have won that fight. Dennis was not connecting instantly for the headshot. Either way, it's a 5-3 scoreline. Fnatic success is found again. And NiP will just force up with the rest of their money. I think this actually does make a lot of sense, considering the fact that they have lost 3 in a row now. Oh no, sorry, 2 in a row now. So I think this is more than okay. And we've got double ult from Fnatic. Oh, Forest in with a quick kill into winner there. He'll toss down a smoke to cover his approach as he escapes to safety. And get right, look at this guy. He's going up with a P90. Nope. Nope.
Just a little bit too early there. And they're going to chase him and take that real estate and the frag through the smoke as well. Dennis knowing his angles very, very well indeed. 4 versus 4, but there's 4 rifles on the Fnatic side and only 2 on the NiP side. Allu and Friberg lacking a primary weapon. Let's see what role that has to play as Fnatic continue their push towards the B bomb site now.
Forest in position. This guy is an absolute monster with the AWP. He's going to find the kill onto Dennis. What else can he get done with this thing? olofmeister's there. He's going to whiff a shot. That's not going to go well for Fnatic as the CTs close the distance. Great flick there from JW to eliminate a very big threat, which was Forest. And allu, he is not stopping, gets the critical tag onto Friberg, down to 16. But Friberg will find the headshot and Xizt will trade onto KRIMZ, leaving JW in a position where he has to get all 4 frags to save the round. As NiP are looking for him. They don't know where he is, and he looks for the shot. In fact, he even gets it, but Xizt somehow has the sense to actually cover his teammate in at that position. Really awesome that Xizt was looking in the right spot there, and NiP will win the round. And what a round it is to win for them.
A war of attrition, for sure. Only one player surviving from that mess. 6-3 now. Tentative scores. Again, look at the economy of both these teams. The CT is going for the rebuy. Flusha there. So maybe that's the price to pay for in-game leading, Dan. Who knows? Still early to say. But again, NiP, despite winning the round, is not going to have a fantastic buy, get right down to the P90, which he often buys. We see him using it on Inferno sometimes as well. Friberg on the FAMAS here. So Fnatic actually have a better buy weapon-wise, despite losing the rounds.
Yeah, a bit of a peek there from NiP. Just to keep tabs on the situation, a smoke is then thrown in. That is kind of the point of the peek there, is to spot, okay, when do we have to use the smoke to stop them? Because the later you can delay the use of the smokes, the better for the CT side. But hey, if you're olofmeister, you're going to spray through at the perfect timing and find a headshot. So early advantage for Fnatic, and this would completely crush NiP if they were to win this round.
Indeed, it would be a situation where Fnatic could exploit, excel, extend their score. JW with a nice snap, obviously knowing Forest was there due to the frag on his teammate a little earlier. Man advantage for Fnatic. KRIMZ just trying to jump into the site, and we mentioned that before, people just peeking that position without any flashbangs coming in there can make all the difference, and indeed it has on this occasion. 4 versus 2 now. allu going to slow down KRIMZ, but he's all alone as GetRight's been taken down towards the A sites.
Yeah, this is going to have to be a pretty sick play from allu. AWP in hand, he's going to hit the bomb going down in his vicinity, in close proximity. But there are Ts all over the place, every single angle, forwards, left, right. But allu will find the first shot. There's more players. He really feels that there's someone that will be appearing from either allu or Popdog, but that is a bit of a 180, so very hard to make the right guess. There is the fake. Can he get the flick there? I think he spotted just a pixel of flusha. So flusha creating a distraction as olofmeister creeps in the back like an assassin. olofmeister will take down allu, and that's going to be that. Fnatic will win the round, and NiP get reset. Look at their money. That is horrendous.
Yeah, that is pretty bad. That's like a few years ago, if you got the Disney World train to Disney World in Paris, you'd get these thugs who'd come on at either side of the train and just go through all the way to the middle of the train and rob everyone. And that's what it looks like happened to NiP with that kind of lack of money then.
Wow.
It's violent on these streets.
I'm not going to Disneyland. I've decided. Okay, Friberg getting pretty violent himself with that deagle, but he'll be tapped down by KRIMZ, so the bomb site will go the way of Fnatic. And I just realized that it's quite relevant because you were talking about trains. We had one train. That was probably the point of the entire thing, right?
No, it wasn't actually.
You didn't realize either?
No.
Oh my god. We are a pair of misfits.
But that's actually true. Like, there is, I don't know if there still is, but there was mad robbery on the Disneyland train to Disneyland. Tourists getting wrecked on that train.
I respect how you admitted, because you could have played. Yeah, of course that was the intention. You could have played it off like that, and I wouldn't have known the difference. But you were honest, James. You chose the honest path.
I'm a good guy, Dan. I'm one of the best. I'm a fine gentleman.
All right. Well, on that note, we'll see whether NiP can get some damage in. Of course, the double eco was forced out of them, and this is double nade actually. Friberg and Forest, and a smoke from GetRight. So they've invested in some PD50s and a few grenades. So again, they just need to try to keep the economy down of their opponents. That is the singular objective here. They don't have any false illusion that they are going to win this round. They simply want to find engineer a situation where they can get a couple kills in.
Fnatic looking for some aggression, looking for some aggressive engagement towards the B bomb site, and there's one from Friberg. Not going to be able to get the gun though. Traded by KRIMZ. 4 versus 4. NiP just with the little pistols. No nades, no Kevlar. No toys in the inventory. Fnatic have a minute to play with here. So not going to be too worried just yet. They're still holding passive positions. olofmeister holding towards Ivy. JW holding towards main. So their options are open to them for the time being.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good statement, James.
It is true, Dan.
You're speaking much truth at the moment. I appreciate that. Xizt. Oh, he's going to spot the barrel, and he's going to get himself another frag. So that's 2 kills already. That's good going by NiP. Good going indeed. And the AK has been found by GetRight, and GetRight's going to be coming in from PopDog. He might be able to cause some havoc here, some bedlam. Let's have a look. He's been spotted by JW. There's the flick. The aim punch is real. 6-6 is the score as Fnatic do capitalize massively off of the reset that they caused for NiP. But now NiP are back with some guns. Allu on the AWP, rifles all around, and a decent selection of utility to be used by the CTs. But the same can be said for Fnatic. And 3 men towards Ali for them, so they'll be looking for some pressure there and see if they can get the pick. olofmeister last time delivered a very decisive blow through the smoke. Now how much are they going to commit to this? Because NiP have shown that they don't play that close to the choke points, so Ali should be fairly defensible for them. But Fnatic is still looking for weakness there.
I think we have deep nades towards Ivy at present. Indeed we do. Double deep nades. I think we're both thrown those smokes by the T side. They're not pushing through them. Maybe trying to draw NiP towards them. I don't know, but look at the spray that they've been putting through that smoke. So it looks like they were trying to bait NiP to just see what's the meaning of these smokes. What is behind these smokes? But
what is the meaning of this?
So the push is coming in towards Ivy, or through Ivy, in fact. And there's a crossfire between allu and Xizt, and it's going to work perfectly. flusha and JW are all that's left here for the T side, looking to get a lot of damage in. flusha with 2 frags. Finally good to get on the scoreboard for him. Man advantage, though, for the CTs.
Oh, nice pre-fire there from JW, but he does not connect the shots. Now JW is so aware there's a dude there. And he's going to be moving in. That shot, how did it not connect? Allu's going to find the frag there onto JW. Trey comes in, leaving flusha all alone. He needs to get the ace to save this team. He's got 20 seconds to collect the bomb and plant it. NiP should be able to play the time here, and that should be enough to win the round. flusha on 11 points of health. He's looking to just get some kills in, but his odds on such a task are negligible. He is dead now. Dead now, of course. So we've got the 7-6 scoreline here. NiP looking like they can really salvage this. And to be honest, 7 rounds already on the CT side is a really good going with how things are at the moment. So I think NiP have a very solid chance going into the second half, no matter what happens from this point.
I will not disagree with you, Dan, because I am in agreement. An AWP onto both teams here. Got the nades starting to lack on the CT side, but it's still a reasonable amount on the team. Forrest going to be holding down the pop dog with the Mag 7, just trying to kill the lemmings as they fall. And there's the first one. KRIMZ going to go down in every sense of the word.
Okay, well, we do have the Mag 7 just re-maneuvering there into T main. Oh my god, Forrest is just farming money at the moment. This is looking good. It's going to be a frag for Xizt as well. Fnatic just left with flusha, and forgive me if I sound biased to Mag 7 frags. I find them very appealing.
Some might say glorious. So it's flusha in the last round, second last round of the first half, alone, facing a triple peak, unable to get a single frag. NiP have money going into the last round, which is good. Retaining the 2 AWPs as well. They will have the full buy on the nades this time. We'll see if they choose to upgrade the pistols as well. You can see Allu, Friberg, Forrest all on 5.7s. Xizt has I think has a P250 and GetRight's just going to be there with the weird avatar and the P2000. Always pay attention to see if people upgrade their pistols on the last round when they have a full buy. Sometimes people can forget.
So the bomb is actually making its way through Ali, whereas the push is coming into B. So it's a bit of a fake from Fnatic trying to pull rotation. It is working, but the path towards the A bomb site is fraught with a lot of CTs even still. So this is going to be very impossible, I think, for Fnatic. They're trying to make it happen. They'll be eliminated there. 9-6 first half. That's a really good first half for NiP.
It's a solid first half.
Really, really good first half. In fact, I would hesitate to say that they are very favorites to win this now. And if NiP won 2 matches in a night, that hasn't happened for a while.
Just got a brief pause here. Once again, at the conclusion of this match, there will be one final cobblestone case opened for one of you unlucky people in the chat.
Do you say unlucky?
Yes.
I thought so. I thought so.
Boss, of course. So, for Fnatic, we should view boss our own stream and then have them all win the prizes. Even though the prizes suck, actually, that would ruin it. It's more fun to have our subscribers win the crap. Although we do have a glimmer of hope that one day someone will win Dragon Lore. But while that doesn't happen, we will enjoy
the anguish.
Yes, the disappointments. Again, always bet on black for $79.90 on the Razer store. Fnatic 3 rounds behind NiP at the moment. This is going to be a very important pistol round after a good performance on the CT half of NiP.
So a bit of a boost by Connector there for the CT side, as Forest is looking to get himself down Pop Dog for some shenanigans. Do like me some shenanigans. Although they have decided to play it a little bit more coy, just hanging out, and here we go. Pop flash is in now, and the push is about to commence. We'll get a bit of a triple pronged attack into the A bomb site from NiP. Xizt looking for some shots through the smokes. A cursory bullet or two is not going to really connect all that heavily onto the CTs, as allu gains a lot of positioning into the sites, and it's looking quite good here for NiP from a positional standpoint, but no one is dead just yet. Allu is going to draw first blood. Olofmeister is going to hit the ground as he goes for the plant now, and he does have some support from his teammates to safely do so.
Bombs planted, Fnatic on the retake here. Creeping through the trains. Friberg is the first to fall for the NiP side. Allu looking to trade for his team. He's got a number of people to engage with. They were lining up a little bit, but he's not going to get the frag. But they are heavily tagged, the final Fnatic players. 3 versus 3. We've got the smoke diffuser being attempted. Not going to work out though. Dennis going down immediately. Get right coming in from the back. Now it's KRIMZ versus 3. How many more can he get? The knife kills are coming out outside the chicken shop down, but who's going to get the blade in first? He's running away. He'll live to fight another day. Come back with his boys in the next round.
It's getting pretty thug life here, Jace. Alright, so we got that 10-6 and NiP. They already had such a great lead to begin with. They're going to get the solid economical beginnings into the next round. And Fnatic are going to likely force buy here and see what they can get done, because they're in a position where they kind of need to swing things around immediately. They can't really wait. They need to chance it, and that's what they're going to do. KRIMZ is on the scout. He's got a kit in the smoke as well, so he's actually fairly kitted out despite not having any Kevlar. And the rest of his teammates with the pistols here. In comes the push from JW. It is easily discarded as Fnatic now react. They move in towards B, and NiP, they've got so much time. They can just sit on this if they want and just allow Fnatic to brew in despair.
Well, they're going to charge down. Again, they've got that smoke towards the connector area. KRIMZ will have to reconsider his position. Getting a leg shot. A lot of these players are heavily tagged, actually, and if Fnatic can get the numbers close, the numbers are being thinned. If they can get close, then they could get a number of kills in succession. KRIMZ doing yet more work, and indeed, the numbers are working now. Man advantage for Fnatic, picking up a Mac 10 as well.
Oh, wow. Olofmeister. Nice shot there onto get right, but still, Forest is alive. 2 players here. KRIMZ. My god, that guy must have connected like 6 scout shots in this round. Beautiful stuff. He definitely was the playmaker here for Fnatic, and they will win the round and force. Well, NiP will be put to a force buy. They actually could, because they got the bomb down. They could try to save one round then buy, but the force possibility is very, very possible as well. They
train. That map.
Always bet on black screen.
Yeah. Well,
hello, guys.
We're back on train. I feared this would happen. I actually forgot about it for a while, but it has returned. So, hopefully we'll be back sooner rather than later into the match. Are you still favouring NiP after that
Calamity
Eco Warrior KRIMZ display?
Yeah, that was beautiful by KRIMZ. What an awesome scout play in that round. He's not, out of everybody in that team, actually, he's the guy like, well, this guy's not going to use a sniper rifle. You got JW, you got Olofmeister, you got Dennis, you got flusha. Flusha also, picks up the op sometimes as well. and the KRIMZ is the guy that almost never does. So it's kind of quite cool to see that. Anyway, yeah, it's hard to say because I still feel like they're favored because of the side that they're playing. They're playing the T side, and the T side generally gets more rounds these days, and they are connecting a lot of their shots and so on, and they've always been a good train side. But Fnatic, of course, winning that force, they're going to reset them straight away. But again, as I said, they got the bomb down, and that's the key difference, because that actually allows NiP to save one round and then buy in the next one and actually have AKs almost immediately, because normally that situation it prompts a double save or something of that nature, or they could force buy immediately and actually have an execute. So there is options here for NiP, so I'm going to say that I still favor them.
Okay, well, we'll see how things are doing once we get back into the match, which appears to be imminent, and there it is. So Fnatic actually on the losing end of things once again. NiP have the bomb down, they have 3 AKs, make that 2. flusha looking to find some more frags, but that is not going to be the case, unfortunately, for Fnatic. 5-round lead here for NiP, and Fnatic's economy is in tatters.
Yep, it's looking pretty bad for the Fnatic side. The new addition, Dennis, it's going to take some time to I guess for them to figure out how to incorporate him role-wise. That's going to be very awesome to watch that as it evolves over time. But for now, NiP are having a great game, and they're going to be moving in with the Mach 10 on allu. He can be the first man to open things up. Again, he's basically expendable with that Mach 10, and that's such a useful tool to have a player that's expendable. And he's gotten them in that bomb site. 2 players dead, 2 more players dead for Fnatic, just 2 more left to go. And NiP will take their 13th rounds.
flusha playing the edges, as one might say in poker. Friberg going for the figure of 8, but it will be get right to get that final frag.
I always feel like, despite all the drama recently, then NiP are playing with strength off of it because, I guess, of change.
It actually takes the pressure off.
Yeah.
Essentially having nothing to lose there. Maybe allows them the freedom to, well, who knows. One can only speculate at this point.
Yeah.
You can hear that tile sound effect that was added in yesterday's update, actually. Just as the CTs cross those stairs into connector. Bit of tiling going on. Sound like very loose tiles, though. I don't think the tradesman did a good job there.
I wouldn't walk there, personally. I don't have health insurance, James. So we have a situation for NiP where they're just waiting to get themselves into this push here. They can set up the grenades from the window here on top of Hotdog to harass, and then they could actually go into B. There's actually a lot of options as well because they've actually taken inner as well with a player, secret, sorry, with a player. So they're pretty aware that Fnatic are playing a very defensive rounds. They're not playing forward on any single choke point, which gives a lot of freedom to NiP to just execute whatever strategy they want. And for some teams, you don't want to allow that. You don't want that situation to happen for Virtus.pro or an RV, that super strong execute teams on this map. But for NiP, maybe that will work in Fnatic's favor as they take less risks. But if the overall execute from NiP is less strong, then that's okay, justified.
Counter flashes coming in from the CTs. The CTs indeed are rapidly running out of counter flashes and nades in general. Great white peek from Friberg to make JW miss the shot and shoot him straight in the head.
Wow.
And another one from Friberg, looking sharp as a butcher's pencil at the moment. The third one, is he going to ace the team, Dan?
I don't know, he's going in the wrong direction for that, but he has basically won the round single-handedly for NiP. What a beautiful series of entries. Looks like Friberg of old with that little snippet right there. And Fnatic are sent packing, essentially. They need to just save these weapons. I think their economy is in a horrendous place, but allu with the quick flick will take care of olofmeister. Dennis has found himself an AWP, but, well, his prognosis is, or his team's prognosis at this point is quite dire.
Must be Ebola, Dan.
Are you sure?
Or something, of that tier.
Ebola tier. Wow.
Ebola tier. Of that ilk. Dennis is doing some damage. I have to see how much money is on the T side.
Oh,
Forrest is timed out, so his issues continue. Maybe we will see the return of Delpan. I have no idea what KMR means. Okay, so
yeah,
he should be.
What I was thinking. Yeah.
He should be, as you just said, Richard Lewis, coming right now. So, 14-7.
Oh, of course that. Yeah, because it means kommer. K-O-M-M-E-R, which is the Swedish word for coming. Yeah, of course, of course.
There he is.
We were thinking abbreviations, but yeah. Jag kommer nu. Jag kommer nu.
So, Jan Paul's is coming in. Fnatic, their backs are to the wall here. There is nowhere for them to go except forward. They must fight.
Or into the wall. AWP, Mag 7, Deagle, and M4. It is a variety buy. It's a variety show here for Fnatic. And Friberg looking to just keep the entries rolling on in, and he's going to kick it off there by dispatching olofmeister, but there's still more players yet to deal with. Dennis will take down get right, but Friberg is just going for it. A second kill found by him, and he is certainly feeling the momentum right now, as his team is now afforded very nice positioning on the bomb site.
Yeah, and they're going to cut off the angles for the CTs to mount a defense of that bomb site for at least the time being. Dennis is now creeping around the site. He'll hear Friberg spray, but Friberg's going to snap his head off as well. Suddenly going Super Saiyan is Friberg. So it's flusha with a Deagle and KRIMZ with a UMP versus 3 players there. Forresters goes down. Allu to take down flusha. KRIMZ versus 2. Not going to be enough match point NiP, and many match points to come.
Yeah, what an amazing display from them. Didn't expect to see this, I have to say. So Friberg's up there with Forrest on the fragging. Forrest 22 frags and Friberg 21. But Friberg basically just won those last 2 rounds. He's just like, yep, 3 entries, boom, done. Done and dusted. Double Mag 7 for Fnatic, and AWP still on KRIMZ, so at least there is that. At least they have an AWP, but in goes Forrest once again. And Xizt, entries for days from NiP, and there's not much left here for Fnatic.
flusha with the Mag 7 and KRIMZ. Friberg just waiting for another frag. flusha going to get stuck on the ladder to add insult to injury, and they've noticed Blast play there. And guess who? Friberg to take him down as well.
Yeah.
A stellar performance from the NiP Stallion.
So I'm just thoroughly impressed.
Well, look, this was one of the problems. As soon as it was announced that flusha was going to be the in-game leader for Fnatic, and obviously it's early days, but it's a role he's taken before, and every time I've seen him take on that mantle, it means his individual level of performance drops dramatically to what we're used to. And we saw it at PGL, where he had a really terrible tournament to the point where he was dead weight because he was calling for the team. So I think that's a problem they need to combat. But equally as well, NiP are to be respected on train. Forrest is looking really sharp at the moment. Friberg came in with his random good game. And yeah, they're putting in some decent results on that map, so not a great day at the races for Fnatic.
In stage 2 of the FACEIT League, NiP basically picked train against everyone. And you can see why. Obviously it was one of their signature maps, the older version of it, and they want it to be in this one as well, and they're on the right path certainly. So all the grinding has paid off. Yeah,
but that's a classic NiP thing to do. They do that all the time. They did it with Cash, where they would just pick it and pick it and pick it against everybody, and they'd be going, we're really good on Cash, and the results would be about 50-50, but they would just keep playing it, and that's generally what they tend to do when they add a map to their repertoire. They just tend to kind of stubbornly force the issue. It's one of those inexplicable things about NiP, but it's definitely working out for them so far. Dan, what did you think of this new look Fnatic? Obviously it's early days, but you kind of been too impressed.
I mean, yeah, it's Train as well. So Train is one of the maps which is a little bit harder to judge a team's performance and roles on, because it's kind of it's very different to a Cash, different to a Mirage, different to a Dust 2, and even to to an Inferno to an extent. In nature, so I don't think we can draw too many conclusions at all. The whole flusha thing though, that is the worrying point for me, because sure, Dennis is a great player, but Pronax was really good. I mean, I don't know if people must understand how good Pronax was at being an in-game leader and playing the game and doing that.
Here's the thing though, in the last 12 months, he added clutching to his repertoire. His fragging was up compared to where it was 12 months ago. He was becoming a really well-rounded in-game leader. Sure, he's not going to trouble the scoreboard in the same way Happy might, but then again, his tactics aren't executed in the same way Happy's are. He doesn't typically be the last one alive. Generally, he'd rather be dead, and let someone like Olof or KRIMZ, you know, clutch. So anybody that doesn't have respect for Pronax doesn't understand the game at all. I think it's going to be tough for Fnatic to turn this corner with flusha as the in-game leader, because he loses a lot individually, but equally he's just not thinking about the game cleverly on an individual basis, and then thinking about it for yourself and for other people, while also simultaneously trying to read your opponents. That's a different world. And Pronax proved for 2 years he could do that as well as anybody. So I think big shoes to fill, one way or the other.
Yeah, absolutely. And who knows where Pronax will end up. Fnatic said that they were going to publish an interview with him at some point, but also that he was taking a short break from the game.
The thing is, you hear this a lot when people retire. I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to take a break. And basically, it's kind of like the Chris Rock joke about, you know, men are only as faithful as their options, right? You know, if you've got loads of women coming after you every day, you might be tempted to break your vows. And in the same way, you might want to take a break from the game, but when those contracts are flying at you thick and fast, it's very hard to say no. And Pronax is going to be really in demand for a lot of organizations that now will see they have an opportunity to seize one of the great in-game leaders in Counter-Strike and maybe build a team around them. I've already had a few organizations messaging me on Skype alluding to the fact that they might be reaching out to him very soon. So the idea of him taking a break, if he does, he might be missing out on some big money. So that would, not that he needs it, obviously, but it's always nice. So, but yeah, just for me, I've got to say NiP looked really good tonight. Surprisingly so, and Forest looking like a beast.
Yeah, 2 strong performances from NiP. So,
giveaway time.
Time for the final Cobbler's case. Producer Reese, who is our next victim?
The winner is Soryox.
Soyox.
Definitely not a bot though, so it's good.
So let's see.
A very clever one.
Let's see what Soyox has won. I'm calling a Sword of Frostcoats.
Julies.
Oh, we saw a flash of something blue there, and I don't mean DDK's mobile phone. And it's the Storm Souvenir P90.
Oh,
I know, Cutler.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
One of the better signatures I've seen, actually.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, that's good.
So no fonts deployed there. So I've jokes, of course. So this is my first FACEIT, so I have no idea how these things end.
I think we can have a look at the rankings and see.
Is that what we do?
How things are doing.
Awesome. Yeah, well, let's do that then.
See how things are at the moment.
So Envious, despite that poor showing tonight, remain top level on games played with TSM. But you can see NiP with those 2 wins tonight actually creeping up the table, and with it being 3 points for a win, if they were to win the next 2 games that they have in hand, they'd go level with Envious and TSM.
Indeed,
it is a hugely incredible statistic, really. Fnatic just below them, 18 points. G2 Esports, who again I thought were impressive today against Virtus.pro. And Virtus.pro, the cheeky little stragglers that they are, with only 7 games played, but didn't have a particularly great day at the races today, losing 2 and winning 1 over Envious, with a stand-in. HellRaisers below them, and then poor lowly Titan, whose problems just seem to continue. Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of changes that can come in the kind of middle region of the table, and it is the top 5 who will make it to the finals. So with a few players, a few teams languishing on 18 points, I mean, Titan is still within the potential to make it to 18 points as well. Yep. Obviously, Virtus.pro still have a lot of games to get out of the way in the next 2 days, so we will see where things end up, but it could be very different to how things look now.
Yeah, and of course, I guess that one of the things that could come into play, and you said earlier in the broadcast, you don't have any draconian rules, but teams that are already there and already comfortable, you know, we saw Envious using a stand-in today, you might catch them at the time of the season when maybe they're not at 100%, you know, maybe they're at about 90 because they can afford to take their foot off. I'm not saying they're throwing a game, just saying, obviously, you don't try as hard when you've already qualified for a tournament. That's true of all sports. So there could be a few upset results.
There's still seedings to be had. So the higher up the table they finish, technically the better draw they should get, placing wise in the finals. So there's always something to play for.
That's very clever. I like the way you've done that, FACEIT.
You're most welcome.
I like the way you work it.
So it's time to close the show now.
Well, let's do it then. How I always close the shows when I'm doing desks is I ask you know, to pick a player of the day or a moment that really stood out for you. So I'll start with you, James.
You got nothing.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have no sleep.
Yeah, I suppose
it's all just passed you by in a glorious blur.
I'll say Delpan's flash performance.
Okay, Delpan's flash performance. I mean, that entire game was comical genius.
Yeah.
So,
in fact, I'd say the moment of the day for me was the T's being CTs and the CTs being T's in their entirety.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Wonderful. And Dan, surely for you it has to be Neo's jumping scout.
Yeah, Neo. I just say Neo just generally.
I haven't heard squeals of delight like that since we shared a room at DreamHack Winter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Neo, he's just starting to show people why he has such a huge legacy. Like, he's getting that opportunity, so I'm just loving it. And he's so consistent. He's insanely consistent. So.
Do we see how our Alpha Draft team did so far? Can we get a live update? Can't do that? Oh, God, you guys.
We'll find out tomorrow. We'll look at it tomorrow,
good. I hope so. So when are we back tomorrow?
Report. We are back at the same time tomorrow, which I believe is 7 p.m. Europe time.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait. Well, thanks a lot for having me, guys. That wraps up the show. Obviously, thanks to all of the sponsors that I definitely can remember. It was Alpha Draft, Razor, Unicorn, and...
What's the last one, Dan?
Oh, my word. Don't you forget it. Throw it on me. Throw me under the bus.
Why are you looking at me?
What day is it, Dan?
I actually...
Anyway,
I just realized it's Friday.
Stop trying to the subject. We love all of our sponsors equally here at FACEIT. So thanks for having me. That'll close out the show. We'll see you tomorrow.
Just before it came up.
There you go. Excellent. We'll see you tomorrow at 7. Smooth transition. Good ending.